Real estate prices in Dubai have increased for 33 months straight. We are officially at all-time highs and have reached the previous peak of 2014. And one has to ask himself, how much higher can Dubai real estate prices go? In this video, we'll be discussing why prices may continue to smash past the 2014 peak and how much longer they can go up by before they eventually come back down. So the saying goes, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So first of all, let's go back to the 2014 peak and look at the similarities and differences to today's market cycle. The similarities of the 2014 market cycle were the fact that the economy had recently recovered from the 2008 financial crisis, and that led to tourism and business looking to move to Dubai, and it led to more people demanding property. In this time frame from around 2011 2014, you also had sustained high oil prices. So what this does when oil prices are high, the region does very well, it prospers, and there's more demand to invest in properties in Dubai. During this time, you also had the Arab Spring, and this led to hundreds of thousands of people moving away from the Middle East, and some of them looking to live in Dubai because it was more politically certain and they could build a life here whilst their own home country was in turmoil. This then led to a construction boom as developers tried to cash in on the high prices, and by the end of 2014, people then realized there wasn't the demand for properties to support all this new supply coming onto the market. You then also had the oil prices crashing, which then further dampened demand for property. And this eventually led to a slow decline in property prices over the next 5 years or so. So if you look at today's market cycle, there are clear similarities between 2014 and today. For example, today the market cycle started just after COVID prices reached an all-time low, and once the economy opened, there was aggressive demand for both tourism and business. This then led people flooding to Dubai, and demand for property increased. Also during this time, the price of oil has increased and has stayed at a relatively high, stable level ever since. And finally, you had the Russia-Ukraine war. This led to lots of people moving from their own home countries and looking at Dubai as a place to live. This again is very similar to what happened in 2014 with the Arab Spring. So if you compare the similarities between the two market cycles, you've had strong business and tourism, which has been maintained by a strong economy, high sustained oil prices, and political uncertainty, which has led to people moving to Dubai. So before I talk about how much higher prices can go, let's first talk about the differences between these two market cycles. So Dubai in 2014 was a completely different city compared to what it is today. And I'm not just talking about the physical look of the city, but today compared to 2014, Dubai is established on the world stage and is a place where people want to live for a long period of time. For example, back in 2014, the mindset was expats would move to Dubai, live here for maybe 2, 3, 4 years, and then look to move back to their own home country once they've made their tax-free money. However, that mindset has completely shifted today, and you're now looking at people who want to set up in Dubai for a long period of time, bring up their kids here, because if you compare it to other places in the world, you cannot get better services, and also the safety of this country is becoming increasingly more important as the world becomes more fractured. So the 2014 boom was mainly caused by speculators who wanted to cash in on Dubai's property prices. However, this time a lot of the growth has been by owner-occupiers who are looking to stay and live in Dubai for a long time horizon. You can clearly see the popularity of Dubai by the fact the population in 2014 was just 2.3 million people, whereas today it's at 3.6 million people. That's an over 37% increase in less than 9 years. Another key difference between the 2014 market cycle and today is the fact the 2014 market cycle was very short-lived at only 19 months. If you compare that today, the property cycle has lasted over 33 months, which is a big change in the two cycles. It's actually a lot healthier having a longer market cycle, because what happened in 2014, property prices increased rapidly, lost steam, and then slowly started to decline over the next years. So having a longer market cycle is a lot healthier. Before I go on to talk about the million-dollar question, which is how much higher can Dubai prices go? If you're looking to source a property in Dubai for yourself or as an investment, book a call in the link below. I do bespoke property services and help you find your dream home in Dubai. So now we've compared the similarities and differences of the two cycles, it's a lot clearer that today there is a lot more demand for people to invest and live in properties in Dubai. Therefore, I see this property cycle going past the 2014 market peak, and there is still room for prices to carry on growing. But prices can't continue rising forever, and what goes up must come down. So what exactly are some precursors to a property correction? So the first thing would be macroeconomic factors. What I mean by this is a global recession. If you start seeing news articles about a recession in Europe, a recession in America, oil prices starting to go down, this is a very good indicator that we're probably at the very top of the market and prices will start to soften. Also, another good indicator is looking at developers. Developers at the moment aren't offering that many incentives because they know that properties will be bought. Once you start seeing developers offering very attractive payment plans and more incentives to purchase their property, that's when you've got to be thinking, surely we're at the top, because they're not finding it as easy to sell their properties. I've not mentioned about oversupply in this video, but that is a very important point you need to factor in. And if you want to find out the locations where oversupply could be an issue, download the PDF link below. And if you want to find the top 5 developers in Dubai, watch this video here. And don't forget to like and subscribe.